What's up, guys? Prince Sports here. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all the other good stuff. AKA One Punch Man, AKA T'Challa, AKA Black Panther, AKA QB, AKA King of Queens. All right, now, tomorrow is the big day. Preseason don't count. Regular season starts tomorrow. Okay, now, three of the biggest stars entering the regular season would be Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Kawhi Leonard. So, question is, who's going to be the biggest star coming out to this regular season? Well, I got LeBron James ranked number one right now. Kevin Durant ranked number two, and Kawhi Leonard gets bumped down to three, just for the simple fact that he choked away a 3-1 lead. So, the fact that he did that, they got to put him on the back pedal. But I think it's going to come down to those three guys that's going to steal the show. And arguably, those three guys may be MVP candidates. Kawhi Leonard and Tyronn Lue are working on a new offensive plan. So he's going to try to be more Jordan-like this season and work the triangle. So he's going to try to compete as much games as possible, probably, and try to win MVP. So Kawhi is going to go for the MVP this season. Giannis is in there. I didn't add him in there, but I should add Giannis too. So I think those four are in the mix. So let's just throw Giannis in there out of respect because he is a two-time MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year. So I forgot about Giannis. So let's throw Giannis in there too. But maybe you think one of those guys should be completely out the picture. Maybe it should be LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Giannis Antetokounmpo out of that list. But those four guys, I think, going to be prime MVP candidates. Kevin Durant and the Nets play in the East, so they should have a great season coming up, and he should be out for redemption for this whole season. So I suspect him to try to shoot for MVP this season too. Now, the last guy on this list is LeBron James. I don't think LeBron James is going to shoot for MVP that much, just for the simple fact he's going to take load management. It's a short season. He just won the championship, so he's going to take a break. Oh, Blue Bolt, that's a good pick. Luka is definitely a guy that's going to fill up the stat sheet. He's going to have lots of opportunities to have the ball in his hands. So he may be a good MVP candidate too, but actually that brings it to five. So that's Luka, Giannis, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, and LeBron James. Probably the top five guys that's going to be in the MVP race. And I think that makes the most sense for those guys to be in that race anyway. It's also going to come down to team wins. What team is going to win the most? And I think the Brooklyn Nets is going to run away with the regular season. They could be the Clippers of the playoffs and lose in the second round. But MVP is a regular season award, right? So let's just go by the 72 games that we got and who's going to have the most output. It may be Luka, Kevin Durant, and Giannis at the most. I think LeBron James is going to take a backseat. He is playing with Anthony Davis. He's going to prime himself for the playoffs. LeBron James may be the MVP of the playoffs, but regular season, I think those are past his eye view right now. I don't think that's really in his goal to be a regular season MVP. AD is another one too, but I think he's playing with LeBron, so it's going to cancel each other out. He's definitely not going to win it while playing with LeBron because he is playing with LeBron. LeBron James is one of the greatest basketball players of all time. So it's only natural that he's going to steal a lot of the spotlight. Not saying that AD isn't MVP caliber, but he may he's going to get a little discredited because he's playing with LeBron. Yeah, the Bucks are built for the regular season. Question is, can they achieve in the playoffs? Giannis may have another MVP season, but I don't think the league would give him 3 straight MVPs. Even if he has an MVP season, they may go away from him. That's why I didn't really add him on this list, because I think there's going to be a new crowned MVP this season. They're not going to give it to Giannis every year, even if he plays out of his mind. Yeah, Bo. I agree too. I think Kevin Durant's going to have a hell of a season. He has to, because he needs a comeback. He got to prove to the world that he's on the comeback. Yeah, Kawhi going to be a free agent next season. And when the Clippers lose this year, I think Kawhi Leonard will leave. Kawhi Leonard is definitely a goner. He manipulated and took advantage of the Clippers organization, forced them to get Paul George, forced him to sign Paul George to that big contract, and he may be ghost. Now, that's doing a franchise grimy. Y'all thought James Harden doing the Rockets grimy. Won't be nothing compared to what Kawhi Leonard would do to the Rockets if he bolts. Anyway, what up, Tay? And what up, Blue Bolt? Y'all don't forget, check Blue Bolt out, man. He be making good videos. I don't really watch most guys on YouTube, but he's one of the guys that I check out. Whether I agree or disagree with him, I love his content. So that's my boy right there. Yeah, I think he would. I think he'll do them dirty. I could see him leaving. I could definitely see him leaving that team and leaving them hung to dry. That'd be crazy, Blue. Imagine he'd do them grimy like that. But you brought up a good point by saying Luka can win MVP. I kind of forget about you, Luka, but he was in MVP talks already. And some of the announcers, some of the people in the media already got him for MVP votes, saying that he's going to win MVP. So I wouldn't sleep on Luka too. Yep. That wouldn't shock me neither. Of course he'll do them dirty. If they don't get what he want, they lose. I could see Kawhi leaving. Yeah, Tay, I believe that too. I believe Kawhi Leonard's a goner, because they ain't going to win a championship this year. They're going to either get knocked out in the second round, or they're going to lose to another Western Conference team. And may mess around and lose to the Lakers. So I don't see nobody beating the Lakers this year. I had a guy on my live screen. Shout out to him. He said the Lakers dodged a bullet by not playing the Clippers. I don't think the Clippers got better this year. Now, he said the Lakers got worse, but I think the Clippers got worse, if you ask me. I think the Lakers got better. I like it. I like every move that the Lakers made. They got better in the bench. They got a more deeper starting lineup. He did make a point about the defense. They did lose some defense, but those guys aren't. I think when push comes to shove, they play defense in the playoffs. Yeah. Blue, me and you thinking on the same page a little bit, because I'm thinking this got to be a comeback season for Kevin Durant. So I'm kind of leaning towards Kevin Durant for MVP this year. Now, those 3 guys that I got headline on his title, who's going to be crowned the best player of the year? It could still be LeBron, because the Lakers going to win the championship, I believe. We don't know what's going to happen, but I think the Lakers going to win the championship, so LeBron will still be crowned the best player in the league. What's up, Samurai? You're not the only guy to say that. A lot of people think the Nets are a second-round exit. But I I can't see them going out like that because they got two supposedly closers, and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, something Giannis don't have. And all you have to do is build a wall against Giannis, and the Milwaukee Bucks lose. That's all you have to do to beat the Bucks in the playoffs. They got nobody else to answer, nobody else to step up. Giannis becomes a playmaker, and you don't get that dominant 39 and 15, none of that big stat sheet numbers. And in order for the Bucks to win, Giannis has to dominate. If Giannis can't dominate, he becomes passive. They end up losing. Who you got the Nets losing to, Samurai? I would love to see your Nets versus Lakers finals. I tell you that much. Tomorrow's the season opener. I believe the Lakers play the Clippers for real this time, so it should be interesting. The Fly guy said nobody's stopping the Nets. Miami's a good team. I think Miami got better. They got better defensively. They're still missing that second all-star guy to take them to the top. All right, Jalen Pratt, shout out to him, man. He completely gave up on the Clippers. He think the Clippers won't even win this year or next year. But I think that's one of the reasons why Kawhi will bolt. You know, he may have an MVP season this year though, because he needs to shut up the doubters. And they're gonna play a new system. The Clippers still doing all this talk. They said they're gonna do this. Kawhi Leonard's highly motivated. He hasn't been talking to the media. All he's been doing is working out, getting buff, working on his game. He's going to come back better than ever. Well, then let's see. Because I don't take the words of Kawhi Leonard serious all the time because him and that team do a lot of empty promises. I'm not one for talking too much. So even though I do YouTube videos, but I'm not one for talking smack and not backing it up, if that makes sense. And I think Kawhi Leonard and that Clippers still get that. Even though they've been humbled, I still think they believe they're better than everybody. And you can't take no nights off. And that's what the Clippers do a lot. Miami may come out the East. Now, keep in mind, I think the NBA playoffs will be similar to the way it was last year. It's going to be a bubble-style playoffs, right? So that means you're going to get a lot of surprises to come out of it. There's no traveling too much. They will play the playoffs in one building, same way they did last season. So for all you that sit there and say, oh, that was a COVID championship, I don't know what else to say to you because this year is going to be the same thing. You know, a championship is a championship. I don't care if you're playing with no fans. I don't care if you're playing in the middle of a park. It's a ball and it's a hoop. If you're the best, you got to win. Simple as that. And you got to be ready at all times. Yeah, Tunes may cry over that, man. But I'm pretty sure Tunes will check that game out. No doubt about it. I know he's going to check that game out because he wants to see the Clippers win. Yeah, I tell you, I don't think so neither because Miami don't get the star power. If they can't beat Anthony Davis and LeBron James, what makes you think they could beat Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving? You know, this is Kevin Durant we're talking about. This guy was 1A, 1B to LeBron James. You know, it's not like LeBron James is miles ahead better than Kevin Durant. I mean, you got three different type of guys. You got who you gonna take? You got Kawhi Leonard for the defense. You got LeBron James for the playmaking, and you got Kevin Durant for the scoring. Those three guys do all three of those things the best. So it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for scoring, I want Kevin Durant. If I want playmaking, Magic Johnson style, set up the offense, set up the tempo, that's LeBron James. And if I want defense, I'm taking the 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard. Nets. That's a good question. Is the Nets deeper than that 2020 Clippers team? You got Spencer Dinwiddie. You got veterans DeAndre Jordan. They got some good solid pieces on that Brooklyn team. They spread the floor. They can shoot the three ball. They got high-powered offense. But you know what they say about offense. Offense wins your games. Defense wins your championships. So they would have to step up on that part. I would presume the defensive guy on that team for superstars would be Kevin Durant, because I'm not looking at Kyrie Irving as being your defensive stopper. Kawhi's above. What up, Zach? No, you're really sticking to that name. Gang signed John Wall now, huh? Yeah, he's going to be hopping on another team after they lose this year. Wait. Zach, aren't you gang signed John Wall, but you switch accounts that quick? Or it's two different people? Kind of confused here. But, Zach, what do you think if Kawhi go to your team? Man, you shouldn't be going to them type of places, man. You want freedom to speak out loudly? This is what this is all about. This is what this channel is all about. I'm not asking for no donations. I don't care about if you disagree with me or not. I'm not going to block you. It's as simple as that. No, I'm not going to sit there and cry if you disagree with something I say. I told you, some of these YouTubers, man, these guys will block you if you disagree with them for the slightest. You know how many guys here disagree with me on this channel? I'm still cool with them. I ain't going to be like, yo, man, let's fight about this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know these guys personally. I don't know these basketball players personally. So why would I put that time and effort into fighting over a guy that don't even know that I exist? Yeah, I mean, that's all they do over there, man. But that's his zone. You just get a bunch of NIGGA moments. It's like a team full of stank meaners. Nigga this, nigga that. I don't really go and check out that type of stuff, so I wouldn't really know to the fullest, but people do tell me, I do get backs, and people do tell me about all these other people that's on live. But nevertheless, no offense against the dude. Shout out to him, man. I wish the best for him, I'm not a hater. It's what it is, what it is. Yeah, internet gangsters. I'm gonna shoot you with my keyboard, son. I'm gonna hit the F button on you. But shout out to them dudes, man. I ain't got no problem against them. I'm actually cool with some of them dudes. Since we're on it, shout out to Lamont. Shout out to LVZ. LVZ was one of the homies that gave me a wrench on his channel back in the day. So I'm cool with some of them dudes. I just don't talk to them like that. And at the end of the day, they're brothers, man. I ain't trying to fight my own people. Or no damn basketball. That's kind of stupid. What up, Bistro? Now, we just talking about who you got for this season, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, or Kawhi Leonard. Who's going to be the man? Who's going to win MVP? Who's going to win the title? Who's going to be crowned best player in the game? Stuff like that. But to answer your question, Zach, hold on for a minute. Answer your question. Some people are just extreme biased. So before you come to my channel, and say I'm being biased, take a look at somebody else's channel before you call me, because I don't block nobody for saying, LeBron's better than Jordan. I don't block you for saying James Harden better than Jordan. Even though I disagree, I debate with you, and that's that. And I still keep you on. But hey, man, different rules. If you have extreme bias, you just want to do NIGG moments, I mean, that's up to you. I try to break basketball down in a non-biased format. I try to just talk about the game, Yeah, we was for a little bit, man. Shout out to the dude, though. I ain't got no problem against him. I actually chopped it up with him one time, gave him props, and, he gave me props, and, that was it, But I don't really talk to dude like that. I do my own thing. I don't go to other people's channel. I kind of just talk sports with you guys, man. Yeah, I think James Harden may just get traded into the season. 1 day left. I know they don't want to start the season with him, but they finding hard suitors. A lot of people are playing hardball to trade James Harden. So that's why every team is available right now to pick up James Harden. Whoever brings up the best option. So, but now I don't know where you don't get it from. I keep telling you, Zach, you go to other people's channels talking about James Harden is the GOAT, you're gonna get blocked like instantly. Some people just ain't playing those type of games like that. Me personally, it's just sports talk. So I don't see no reason to block somebody if they disagree. I ain't gonna be threatening to shoot somebody or, bringing no stink meaner NIGG moments. What nigga? What nigga? What? You a hoe? You a hoe? What's up, man? What's up? What's the point of that, man? Because none of you guys gonna do that on the block. I come from the bridge, man. You know how you could get shot for talking like that. You know what brothers will do to you in the bridge? You talking to them like that if you ain't backing that up? So I don't see myself. I'm not gonna waste my time talking to some internet dogs. They ain't gonna do nothing, because none of them dudes would be on my block, or none of them dudes would come to my hood anyway, because they don't get a free pass to come to that neighborhood like that, No. Hell yeah. Man, some people are like that, man. It's just some people are like that. What I try to do is present facts. All I'm doing is just presenting facts and numbers. That's why in my video, I post them up. I have them on the side of the screen. So before I even talk about it, I would show you the actual stats of each player and what each player do. But no, I'm off that a little bit. I don't really talk about. I don't want to be one of them dudes that go on YouTube just to bash another man on YouTube. That's corny. Because at the end of the day, if you do that, people are just looking to hate on another guy, which is kind of corny. If I have a problem with somebody, I'm going to approach the dude. I'm not going to waste my time talking negative about somebody I don't even know. It's a waste of my time. Woo! Damn. Too bad for the Steelers. I actually feel sorry for the Steelers because they're still in Pennsylvania. And if my Eagles can't do that much, I would at least like to see the Steelers do something. And so, oh, man, what a clown, man. What a clown. Jordan was the best defensive player on the Bulls and best scorer on the Bulls. All right? Defense and scoring wins. If you're a superstar player passing the ball all day long to open role players, helping them bail you out, it's not going to do nothing. All right. Jordan was the main guy that closed, hit main big shots. Craig Elo, Karl Malone stole the ball, did the pushover on Byron Russell, hit the game-winning shot, flu game. I mean, how long do you want me to go on? I could go on all day. When it comes down to winning, that's what Michael Jordan specialized in, and he showed up for every big moment. Even in loss, he showed up. Exactly. Some things are just empty stats. You know, that's why I told you. If you That's like how ESPN do sometimes by sit there saying, "Oh, this guy scored the most points on Christmas Day." Oh, I'm supposed to be happy because somebody scored the most points on Christmas Day. It's an empty stat, you know. This is the type of thing ESPN do sometimes to LeBron stats. It fluctuated. So it's LeBron had a triple double, you know, 3 days in a row. I mean, so okay, the first player to have 3 triple doubles in 3 games, like it's pointless stats. It really is pointless stats. It means nothing because at the bottom line, at the end of the day, it's all about can you win. You know, not saying LeBron's a loser. He's a winner. He got 4 chips, but you get what I'm trying to say. You know, so you can have, you know, so you can have all those. You know, Pippen was not the better defender. That's why he never won Defensive Player of the Year. He got cooked by Dominique. You know, do you know how many guys cooked Scottie Pippen? Dominique Wilkins cooked Scottie Pippen, and the only guy that can answer Dominique Wilkins was Michael Jordan. That's how Jordan and Dominique had those back-to-back games where Jordan would score 37, Dominique would score 40, but Dominique was scoring half of his 40 points on, Scottie Pippen. Okay, not saying Scottie Pippen's a slouch. He's a good defensive player, but Jordan was a better two-way basketball player than Scottie Pippen and more devastating. And he hurt you where it counts most. So the most important stats belong to Jordan. You know, leading your team and passing the ball to an open guy. Yeah, so what? Man, I was giving the homie props a little bit, man, but after that, he started talking some nonsense, man. I mean, he more than welcome. Come on down. I put the link in. He want to come on down. Yeah, Clay's a good defender. He's one of the best defenders on the Warriors. Yeah, you know, Draymond Green had a certain peak. Much as a bum, I like to call him, but Draymond Green had a moment a year or two where he was a great defender, and he was the guy that's always sticking out on the best defender. You know, so no, it is what it is with that. You know, and another thing about Scottie Pippen shied away from the moment too much. You know, this is the same guy that he had low self-esteem issues. He needed somebody to boost him up. You know, so in order for Scottie Pippen to even blossom, he needed that tough love that Jordan was giving. You know, Scottie Pippen lacked this. You know, the same reason why he got benched. If you're one of the best players on the team, the game is on the line, and your coach bench you, what does that show you? You know? Oh, no question, of course. I understand that, yeah. You know, but again, Jordan was the one blocking your shot from behind. Jordan was the one stealing the ball from top defenders when the game was on the line. Oh, I think the Bulls would have won. The Rockets never got there, though. That's the thing. They get, Phoenix Suns got there. And that Phoenix Suns team was pretty deep back in the day, man. 1993, I remember that. Man, I remember that like it was yesterday. You know, had Charles Barkley. He was MVP at the time. Guy was dropping 40-point games, double-digit rebounds. He was killing that season. Then you had guys that either were all-stars or just a year removed from being all-stars, like Kevin Johnson, Dan Marley, Richard Dumars. They had long bodies, people that they could just go at you. So 94, the Bulls would have beat the Houston Rockets. They would have probably lost to the Houston Rockets in 95 because let's let everything play out. Horace Grant would have left because the Bulls didn't give him that money. So he would have went to the Orlando Magic in 95. So the Bulls probably would have lost in 95 if, But that's a big if because one thing we know for sure, this is a big what if because I don't know if Jordan never retired, does Horace Grant leave? It's a lot of what ifs when you do that. Does Jordan fall off a little bit? Does he still lead the league in scoring? We don't know. I'm going to presume that he still lead the league in scoring because he got 10 scoring titles in 11 years. So I would presume he would have still been on a rampage. Despite no injury taking place. But there's a lot of you don't know what ifs, when it comes to that. Too much what ifs to even dictate it. But let's just say both teams were healthy, fully energized. The Bulls would have beat them, But that 95 Houston Rockets team, 6th seed to win a championship was something crazy, Oh, okay. Y'all was doing y'all thing. Y'all was going at it. Okay. Nice dog. But yeah, man. It all goes by, what you presume as. But don't get it twisted, man. Don't get it twisted. Comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan is just not. It's kind of an unfair comparison to LeBron James in a lot of ways because Jordan trumps LeBron James in a lot of things. It just is what it is. There's stats to back that up. For a guy that loves averaging triple doubles, shouldn't LeBron been the one that averaged a triple double for a whole season? Why does Westbrook own that title for like 3 seasons or whatever? That should have been LeBron. Mike had 9 triple doubles, 9 games in a row. Until he stopped doing that, he just went back to doing his other stuff. So Mike could have averaged a triple double if he wanted it to. And he's not even the guy that looked to do that. Philly's going to be good. Hey, I was close to winning the lotto one day, but I don't mean nothing. Close is just like losing. Just means you're second place. That's all that means. Well, sometimes that comes with the territory. Like I said, I didn't say about him winning. We said simple thing about averaging a triple-double, okay? Plenty of people average a triple-double and lose. Most of LeBron James games that he had triple-doubles came at losses. A lot of those games that he collapsed in, he had triple-doubles just so you can sit there and say, oh, they lost, but LeBron James had a triple-double. So the same thing for LeBron. Yeah, in the regular season, the Rockets had a winning record over the Chicago Bulls. That is right. That is correct. But I still think in playoff time, the Bulls would have beaten them. If regular season taught you anything, it's fool's gold. The Milwaukee Bucks had 60 win games, 260 win seasons. How come they didn't get to the finals? I don't think so, Zach. I think the Houston would have lost. It would have been a good battle, but they still would have lost in '94. In a 7-game series, I don't see the Houston Rockets beating the Bulls. So, I don't see that. But 95, I may give you 95, but I think 94 Bulls would have beaten them. I just had a feeling 94. But this is what ifs. But if I had to take a pick, if the Houston Rockets was going to beat the Bulls in any season, it'd have been probably 95. And let's assume the Bulls didn't. All right, doggy. Dog whisperer over here. You got to give the dog some stuff. Oh, he just ran away? Wow. That's a good question, but here's the thing. Ooh, are you moving to Florida? Because you told me before you was in Florida. But here's the thing, Samurai. With rap music, some guys don't stand the test of time all the time. I'm not sure if Biggie or Tupac would have been relevant going into later years. Their music content probably would still been, the serious format. If anybody would still been relevant years after their prime, it's probably Tupac. I think Biggie would have probably died down and people would lost interest in Biggie a little more than Tupac. But that's hard to say, Yeah, but see, Jay-Z was destined to be commercialized and famous regardless. So Biggie and Tupac would have still lost some of that spotlight, because you can't be on top forever. Rap music is an up and down thing. You have your prime, and that's when you're on top. Look what happened to 50 Cent. There was a time when he was the hottest rapper around, and all of a sudden he just dips down because there's always the new guy that comes around, Yeah, people still like Nas, but here's the thing about Nas. I think Nas is the greatest rapper of all time, but you go to some of these young kids, they be like, man, we don't listen to Nas, that's old school. Look at Lonzo Ball, he went on the record trying to diss Nas, saying nobody listens to Nas, so the older you get, a lot of people still can't stay relevant and have that test of time, and Nas falls somewhat victim to that. A lot of the people that listen to Nas is the OGs like myself, some of the older guys that still say, oh man, he still got it, and what she does. But it's not what I'm saying? It's not common that rappers will stay relevant for such a long time. He's bumping that Jay-Z all the way to the park. Oops. There you go, doggies. Dog whisper right there, feeding the dogs. So, go ahead, eat it up. I guess they don't want to eat it, but yeah, I still bump that Nas, But then again, I'm old school, My favorite era of hip hop was the '90s. So, and Nas was at his peak in the '90s. So, he's another guy that does this, some young cats just don't rock with. Not everybody rocks with Nas. Money, that was money issues. You liked it, the Hot Boys back in the day, but those guys had, a group. A lot of the guys was destined for some star power. Lil Wayne was the most famous guy on there. He had the biggest star power on there. If anybody was like, he was like the Michael Jackson of it, But all those guys had to get their bread separately, and they got famous on their own. So, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different when you gotta, do your thing and get famous on your own. But yeah, like even these new school rappers, I like Griselda, Benny the Butcher, West Side Gun, the stuff like that. I like those type of people. You know, the dog's not eating up. The dog whisper not working his magic today, Zach. For some reason, they ain't eating up the food I give them. Oh well. Yeah, he did. Oh, Uncle Murder, East New York. I liked Uncle Murder when he first came out. He kind of got corny like the longer he been out. Like, his music started to get like a little bit, started to get stale. Even though it was hard, it was from the streets. But a lot of the music it started to just to get stale, man. Some guys just got that moment. They're hot for like a year and that's it. And it's disappeared. You know who also I liked when he first came out? He was making those underground mixtapes. Jay Mills, Harlem's Own. What? I used to love his mixtapes, man. He used to be the king of mixtapes. East New York. Man, he be rapping. He be rapping that Brooklyn, East New York. And he's not lying though, because East New York is rough. East New York is rough. He's not lying about that. But his music kind of got too predictable, too commercial, if I might say. Hold on for a sec. All right. But yeah, man. I didn't even know you listened to Uncle Murder, Zach. I thought you listened to that commercialized stuff. Yeah, he got trashed when he signed the Young Money. That was it. But when he was Harlem J Mills, off the block, mixtape J Mills, that's what I like. This is what I was trying to tell Zach. Some guys just get it when they stay true to their core. When you sell out, you try to do commercialized music, and we know that's not you. Be like, man, that's not you, man. It's just not what we want. Nah, the Knicks won't make the playoffs, unfortunately. I think we're never going to get the Knicks making the playoffs. But it is what it is, man. What we're going to continue to do is build through the draft. Oh, hold on for a minute. Yeah. All right, I'm back. Now, Zach, did you get an Xbox yet? I know you're the Xbox guy. Tell me you got Xbox Series X. I got no new systems yet. Yeah, Knicks got nothing to offer the Houston Rockets for James Harden, though. That's the problem. You know? So it is what it is. I personally, I guess I'm going to be a little off on when James Harden is going to get traded. I guess he won't be traded anytime soon. But nobody could give him an offer that they want. At least no teams are offering that. Samurai, you got that PlayStation? Damn, they all sold out. Damn. I'm overseas, so I can't get one. I'm in the Philippines. I can't even get nothing. So there you go. He should. Maybe he'll change his mind. Maybe James Harden would be like, you know what? Houston is where it's at. I want to change. I don't want to change. I'm good over here. But he start having a little hissy fit when Houston won't give him what he wants no more because Daryl Morey's not there no more. So you don't have a guy to tell all the shots. You know, you don't have a guy to tell you, hey, give me this, give me that. You know. All right, your Harden shirt. You got a Harden jersey? You should order those new blue Harden jerseys. Oh, really? They got bugs? What's some of the issues with the PlayStation 5? I guess I have to wait then. I probably won't be able to get my hands on the PS5 until about February or March. You know, I could wait though because I'm not in the rush. I'm not even in a rush to get back to the States. But December 27th is the day I head back to the States. Recorded live from this house. This is the house we're actually working on. Look at the walls. It's not even, the walls got to be painted with cement over it. That's not even done. I think so because you have more new units out by then. Oh, you should cop the jerseys. The jerseys are nice. The jerseys is nice, bro. The Houston Rockets jerseys is real nice. But yeah. No. But some people, man, I could tell you, man, some people are just in their feelings. You come across not too many people on YouTube that don't know that think with their feelings instead of their just logic in their minds. That's why it's hard to debate certain people because all they care about is their attachment towards a player. They don't care about the actual facts that's presented in front of them. Oh, I got you. I got you, Peter. What's up? Here you go. I'm gonna give you the link right now. All right, that's the link right now for Peter Cash. I just put the link in for you. Hopefully, we got better Wi-Fi and it works. You know, but even if it is, it may be on my end because take notice, I'm in another country right now. So, but hey, you could chime in for a couple minutes. What you got on your mind, or who do you have? Kevin Durant, LeBron James, or Kawhi Leonard, and you could throw Giannis in there too because he's always an MVP candidate for the last past 2 seasons or whatever.
Yo,
And
Prince,
here he
man.
is. Hoop facts. What up?
Salute, my brother. What up? What up, man? What's the topic today, bro? I'm just
What's
coming
good?
in. What's the topic
Yeah.
today, man? I seen the headlines: KD, LeBron, and Kawhi.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we was chiming in. So who you got out of those three? Who's going to be MVP? Who's going to be the most dominant player out of the season coming out? Who you got is number one? I I had it
the
ranked in
most
order. I think. Hmm.
the most dominant, or you mean like what you mean like who's gonna win the season MVP, or like who's gonna win the Finals MVP, or
A
you
little
know
bit both. Like who's going to steal the headlines this season and be the
um uh,
best player this year? You think? Because I think it comes down to those three guys.
I got Kawhi number one
Okay.
because he got something to prove again, and every time like I seen him fail, he
Yeah.
always come back on top. You know,
Okay.
like 2017 when the Warriors had injured him on purpose.
Yeah.
Next year, what he do? He came back. Remember that 2013 finals when they lost by a fucking 3-point shot to fucking
Yeah.
Ray Allen? What he
Yeah.
do? Came back Finals MVP the next year.
Yep. Okay. That's a good pattern.
So yeah, man,
You're right.
I don't see LeBron really dominating. Like when you think about it, like LeBron got away last season. You know, like AD did all the work.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. LeBron had 3 games in the finals that was good, but other than
Right.
that, it was AD, man.
Right.
But AD ain't get no credit. You know how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear that. But what do you? Let me ask you this: what do you think about that last final game when they were up by what 30 points and LeBron was still in there stat padding
No,
to get to
see,
his extra
now
points?
that's one thing I don't like about LeBron.
Yeah.
Like he's a stat patter, and I don't know. Like he's smoking mirrors when it comes to LeBron James these past couple of years because he has the media on his side, and you know, like LeBron is a huge stat patter, like James Harden, Russell
Mm-hmm.
Westbrook, LeBron James, man. Like,
Yeah.
and this shit is so sad, man.
Yeah. This is why I'm telling you. That's why you can't look at stats the whole time. You got to actually watch the game. And when you
Hmm.
up by a certain amount of points, and you only got 15, if that's the case, then just sit down. Then most likely
See, but
your team is not making the comeback. Why are you in the game for?
just like LeBron James' numbers was overrated this season. When you think about it, AD led the Lakers in every stat except for assists,
Yep.
and he got no credit, zero fucking credit.
I hear that.
AD is better than LeBron James right now.
You can. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to have no pushback towards that because the the facts say something completely different. The facts say he is the main piece on the Lakers team. So outside of just passing the ball, AD's pretty much having the most impact on the Lakers team. So that is a fact. You know, you got
Yes,
everything to
because
back it up. You got the numbers to back it up. So
look, like LeBron, he only could play defense.
mm. Hello.
He could play defense in certain quarters. Can you
Right.
imagine LeBron playing defense every night and throughout the playoffs? Hell no.
Yeah. And
So
I
how?
mean, I made several videos on LeBron not stepping that accepting that challenge of Kawhi. Remember the times they went to head, and you was waiting
Mm,
for LeBron to guard Kawhi, and it never
yeah,
happened. You know.
I mean, when it did, he got smoked.
Yeah.
Like when he did, like in a bubble, when people was raving about, oh yeah, LeBron James, he locked him up. First of all, like if he locked him up, it was only for one ass possession. Feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like anybody could play D for one good possession. But
Right.
then, but then they showed the video in slow mo.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James held Kawhi Leonard's arm when he was trying to shoot.
Okay. Damn.
Like you can go check it out. I had no idea until I saw the video on YouTube. I was like, wow. So that's why, you know,
Damn.
don't get me wrong, LeBron is great, but
Yeah, he's a great player.
there's a little bit of overratedness when it comes to him.
Yeah, I
Because
hear that.
the media don't tell the full truth, man. You know,
I hear
and you
that. So
can't
what do you
always
think
go by
about
stats.
what do you think about Kawhi Leonard getting buffed up? They say they're gonna work the triangle. Something Kobe and LeBron, Michael Jordan did. Um, how you think Kawhi fits in that
I
design?
mean,
Do
like
you think
he
the
should fit.
triangle's good for today's basketball?
It depends on the team and the player. When you think about it, who does Kawhi mimic his game after? Kobe and Mike, right? So I think the triangle will work for him,
Right.
but what would it work for the Clippers? That's the
Yep,
question.
that's true.
You know, man, like you know, man, like I see you know your basketball, man. That's what's up, but it got to work for the
That's a good
Clippers. It's
question.
gonna work for Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. Like KD, like I was on a channel with Ticket yesterday, right?
Okay.
They was having this conversation about who's better, KD or Kawhi.
Right.
Um, uh, and it's crazy because I think about that situation like back in the day when
Mm-hmm.
when everybody was like, who's better between T Mac or Kobe? And in this situation, KD is T Mac and
Oh, and
Kawhi is
Kobe.
Kobe.
I remember that.
Yes, and the thing is, KD got rings, but is his rings really validated?
Yo.
Huh? You can hear me, P? Hello?
Okay.
You
All
can
right.
hear me?
That that makes sense. So
Like man, like KD got two rings, but is his rings really validated? You feel what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean, hey, he joined the 73 win team. I mean, it's not
My
that
point
hard to
is
win a
that
championship when you join the 73 win team.
my point exactly. He has the easiest ring of all time as a superstar.
So yo, hoop facts, can you hear me? You got I lost you a little bit.
Who you talking about? Me? Yo,
Yeah,
yo, P. But yeah, man, like his rings are not validated. So if you ask
yeah,
me, like KD is T Mac with the rings. You feel what I'm saying?
right. Okay.
And it's man, because back in the day, a lot of people thought T Mac was better than Kobe. Right or wrong?
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people thought that.
I mean, when you speak about talent wise, you can say that, but Kobe was better on the defensive end, and Kobe has the
Yeah, he
chips to
was.
prove it as well.
Yep.
Same thing with Kawhi. Kawhi is the better defender than KD,
Right.
but you can say T Mac was a better offensive player than Kobe, right?
Um,
Just a little.
just a little bit. I mean, they both shot like 47, 45% from the field. So it evened out there a little bit, But I still think Kobe was more of a devastating scorer than T Mac.
Man, you could say it's about the same, but T Mac was a little taller, a little bit better
Yeah,
ball handling and passing skills,
that is true.
and a little bit better three ball shooter back in the day.
Yep.
Same thing with how Kevin Durant and Kawhi now, the situation is.
Yep. Yeah, I hear that, man.
But Kobe
But
was better. But Kobe
okay.
was better because his defense and mentality.
Yep.
He got the rings to prove it, but KD rings are not validated in my eyes.
Mm.
KD got to prove me something. It's no hands down. He's an amazing, great talent, yes. But as far as the overall package, he don't have the defense and he doesn't have the mentality.
Okay, I
He doesn't
catch you.
have the heart. He
Yep.
doesn't have the heart.
All right, so let me ask
So,
you this: who's better for you, LeBron or Kobe? If you had to take one.
oh come on, Kobe, man. I don't know why.
He's
That
like,
I
oh my
hate that
god.
shit, man. Like that's the media. The
Yep.
media pushed this narrative to try to make it seem like LeBron is the greatest thing or he's going to be better than Jordan. That's what they
Right.
got to do, man. But they skip past
Yeah, hey, they
Kobe.
got to make that.
If you know basketball like us, we are the real basketball community.
Right.
We're not going to allow that shit to happen. You can't skip
Right.
past Kobe. No way, right or wrong. What do you think about that?
Right.
Is LeBron better than Kobe to
I
you?
think that narrative have been a lot more lesser gapped. No, yeah, you're right. You're right, but Kobe would have waxed LeBron in 2009 and 2010. So even
Yeah,
if he made the
probably.
finals, he would have lost those.
Yeah, probably still in 2012.
Can you?
You know, hello? Probably still in 2012 and 13 if they would have played too.
Um, you know, not that it's probably even if he is better than Kobe, it's probably even if he, yeah. I mean, even if it is just by a nose hair, because Kobe was a more better defensive one-on-one player,
Uh
and he has a better skill set when it comes to scoring. Like LeBron still
Yeah.
doesn't have a go-to move yet in the fourth quarter.
LeBron
So,
still doesn't have no heart yet.
and he mostly gets most of LeBron's scoring comes at his athletic ability and his ability
Free throw
to
line.
overpower somebody. You know,
In the free throw
and
line.
say that again.
Okay,
Yo,
and
who's
he
that?
gets a
I can't hear you.
yeah, he gets a lot of scoring at the free throw line as well. But nah, I gotta
Yeah.
give it to Cole. Nah, I gotta give it to Cole, man,
Okay.
because Cole was just unstoppable, man. Like I've
Mm.
seen LeBron give up a lot of times in the finals. I see him give up.
Oh yeah. That's the thing that a lot of us see. I see him give up or get outplayed or not even accept the challenge in four
Hmm
quarters sometimes. You know, that is 100% fact. You know, you could go by the Miami Heat series. Remember when Jimmy Butler was calling them out in the fourth quarter in those two games that they lost? LeBron didn't want no spoke with him. You know, at least Kobe would accept that challenge. I know Mike would
Oh
accept that
yeah,
challenge.
definitely,
You
definitely,
know,
definitely. I mean,
so that's one thing that pisses me off about LeBron. That he doesn't he just doesn't accept the challenge sometimes. If a guy's hot,
like
he'll back off.
you wanna know what saves LeBron? His athleticism and his passing. That's
Yeah,
what saves him.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because see, look, like LeBron James, he's a great basketball player based off physicality and athleticism
Yeah,
and his passing.
that's true.
Kobe is great because of his skill.
Yeah, yeah. His
Two
his
different
skills.
things.
Yeah,
Two
his
different
skill set
fucking
was
things.
was pretty good.
So
You know.
so so now when you a baller, we
Yeah.
go by skill, right?
Right.
My point exactly. See, so Kobe was the better player, man.
Yeah.
Only the only thing LeBron has over Kobe is passing.
I had that. Um. Now, see, that's the thing. LeBron's passing ability comes out of really just passing to open players past the 3-point line. You know, he is a good playmaker. I give him some credit for doing some good plays sometimes. But if you compare him to a guy like Magic Johnson actually ran plays.
Oh
Sometimes
yeah, man.
sometimes
Man,
I
I
just
don't
get
know.
the feeling like LeBron is just okay. This guy's open. I pass the guy ball to an open 3-point guy. You know, yeah, you get his
Man,
credit for that. But
Magic was something different, man.
yeah, Magic definitely was something different. On the playmaking ability, he was something different.
You want to
So
know who's a underrated passer?
who?
Ginobili. Oh my God.
Ginobili was a good passer. Yes, he was.
Yo, I seen him throw some shit. Like I was like, what the fuck? Listen, man, Ginobili was a problem, man.
Yeah, he was. He was a
You
problem.
you go watch the old Ginobili.
Yeah,
He changed the game too. He was very
yeah,
very elite. He's elite, man.
yeah. You know
You
what
got
he did? He brought that whole Euro style to the NBA. The Euro step. You know, all those moves that the NBA didn't want to allow.
yep,
He let the
man.
NBA allow them. You know, because the
Yo,
NBA
his
wasn't down with the Euro step. That was considered a travel back in the day.
I know, yo, his skill set was
You know.
crazy. He had a crazy pump fake. He had, oh, yo, his skill set was, I
But
don't
yeah,
know, man,
Ginobili was no joke.
on another level, man. But
Yep,
yeah,
yeah. Remember he had that little. He'd go towards the basket, put the ball behind his back.
uh-huh.
He was nice with it.
yo,
He was nice with it. He had a wicked dribble.
yo, listen, man, that back in the day basketball, the early 2000s,
Yeah.
them playoff series, it'd be crazy, man.
Hell yeah.
This is when you had the AIs and, you know, man, like,
Word.
you
But yeah,
had real
man, NBA
competition.
starts. Yeah.
You
Oh
had
hell
real
yeah.
competition.
Hell yeah. But NBA starts back tomorrow. You got Lakers and Clippers. Who you got with that
Man, I hope the Clippers win, but I
one?
don't
He
know.
said, I hope the Clippers win.
I gotta I gotta see, but I think the Clippers should win. The Lakers got worse.
No doubt.
You know, everybody raving about the trades they made, but who's gonna play defense besides AD?
True that. I mean, they did take a step down defensively, but I did think their bench got better because I criticized their bench last season. I think they got
I
a
mean,
much better
listen,
bench now.
they was good because they had a lot of ball movement. Listen, you had defense. You had a Avery Bradley. You had Rajon Rondo,
Mm-hmm.
Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee. The Lakers got away with forcing the shooters off the 3-point line into the paint.
Okay.
Now, what the
I
fuck they
see.
gonna do? Guard straight up? Oh my god,
Right.
that was their bread and butter, right or wrong.
Yeah, that was. That was.
So now, what the hell they gonna do? Listen, man, I think I don't want to say it, but I hope AD don't get injured because they're gonna have to rely on him too much on the defensive end this year, man.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they had Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard was a good defensive player, good rim protector. Now he's gone.
Listen, man,
Um.
and listen, Montrez is gonna get exposed this year again. He's gonna be out there looking like a dumbass bully, like
Yep.
he look like a dumb bully.
Yeah, man. He got cooked by the Joker. Joker was cooking. You remember that? We all saw him.
Hell,
He got cooked by the Joker.
and Porzingis was cooking his ass.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot
Man,
about that. I'm glad you mentioned that. Porzingis was
yeah.
cooking too, because we always bring up the Joker cooking him, but Porzingis was getting his against the Montrezl Harrell too. So
Listen, Montrez can guard no damn body, man.
yeah, he's an undersized center. He's only 6'7".
Hmm. And it's like, how often he's gonna get the ball on the Lakers now?
Yeah, should be
Yeah, man.
interesting, man. I mean, they did get better scoring wise, but defensively they did take a step back. I agree with you on that. Montrezl Harrell could still
Um,
score in the post, but
see,
all that
when
offense
you
came.
have a,
Yeah,
they took a step back because when you have a roster that's built around LeBron James and Anthony Davis,
mm, right,
they ball dominant.
right.
Everybody else not really gonna eat like that. Look at
But
the
Dennis
LeBron
Schroeder's
James
ball
roster.
dominant too.
See, look at the
Yeah,
roster LeBron James had in Cleveland with with fucking Derrick Rose and
right.
D Wade, Isaiah Thomas. Man, they look stupid, man.
I hear
Because
it.
LeBron needs the ball.
Right,
AD needs the ball. Then
right.
what about Trev? What about man? Listen, nah, it's not gonna. I don't know, man. The
Somebody
only
gonna have
way
to
it could
make it.
work, only way it could work if LeBron James averaged around 18 points this year, 17.
I I don't think that's gonna happen. LeBron ain't
My
gonna
friend,
come down to
exactly.
18 points.
See
So
what I mean? And he
yeah,
averaged 25 this year because he stat padded.
yeah,
That's one thing I like about Kawhi. He doesn't stat pad.
right.
You know how many times
Yeah,
Kawhi could have scored 50? I seen him have a couple 40-point games in the
right.
third quarter. His team would be up by 30. He would sit out the whole fourth, man.
Yeah. So I hear that.
Because he was raised under Popovich. Taught him the
Mhm.
right way how to do it.
Yeah,
He doesn't stat pad. You know how many times he had a chance to score 50, man?
yeah. That is true. But I think Kawhi's only concern is trying to win the game.
Yes, my point exactly.
Yeah.
All that, like look at this nigga James Harden. He scored 40, 50, and 60. And
Right.
out of one time, I think and every year in the playoffs, he do all this scoring 60, 50, and 40 in the regular season, and only
Yeah.
had like two 40-point games in the playoffs throughout the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Why you never score 50 in the playoffs? You do this shit in the regular season like every other game. Never
Yeah.
had a 50-point game in the playoffs. That doesn't, come on.
Right.
Look it up. That's interesting, man. Look it up. You think I'm capping?
No, I'm not. It's I I know that, you know,
Like,
but
isn't
I
that
see. I
fucking
don't put
crazy
Kawhi
though?
Leonard in that. I don't pick Kawhi Leonard in that stat pattern category. I know he just wants to win. And that's that. He tries to shut down the
Yeah,
best defender, and he tries to win in closing moments. You know.
yeah, man, and that's how it's supposed to be. Like I never seen him stat pad. I seen twice he had a 45, 40-point games before the fourth quarter and sat out, man.
Mm. Well, hold on. I got Zach. Zach, what, you don't believe what he's saying? Uh, Guy in the comment section, I don't think he believe what you're saying, Hoop Facts, but I believe
About
you.
what? About
I don't
what?
know. He just said STFU, so I believe. I don't know I don't know. He may disagree with something, because he said on the last comment, Kawhi beat an injured Warriors team, and Kawhi rings are validated. So he says
Uh,
Kawhi rings aren't
uh,
validated, I guess.
Now, P, check this out. That's when you know you dealing with a motherfucker who don't really respect basketball like that. Let me ask you a question,
Mm.
right?
Yeah,
Um, uh, with that Warriors team, right? No
yeah,
team in the NBA was gonna fucking beat these guys, right?
right.
What? Who would condone some shit like that? Like who would want to see that, man? Like, of course, if you put a whole bunch of superstars on one team, they're gonna be unstoppable.
Yeah, that's common sense.
Like if Kawhi would have went to the Lakers, I ain't want to see that.
Yeah, hell,
Of course, they're
I didn't
gonna win.
even. I don't. I was getting. I was getting heated when they talked about Giannis going to the Lakers.
Yeah, man. So the fact that Kawhi beat the Warriors team
Yeah,
without KD is impressive because they
yeah,
was winning championships with that same fucking team, bro.
yeah. That's true.
So what's the problem when Kawhi do it?
Mm.
And and when they had Clay, the games the Warriors won. If you watch those games, the
Yeah,
Warriors barely fucking won, man. They were struggling. They got
yeah,
lucky as hell. You seen it.
yeah.
Listen, the Raptors was a better team. And Kawhi was injured at finals. We don't
Mm.
speak about that. Remember, he got hurt in the Milwaukee series.
Yeah. All right. Zach says, "Hey, respect basketball. You don't know me, Zach. If you want to come in, you could talk the hoop facts as much as you want. You know, you guys could have a good conversation about basketball if y'all want. The link is right there." And he says,
Yo,
without KD and Clay. So,
they had Clay for most of the times. Clay only missed a game and a half.
yeah,
And the games Clay did play, the Warriors didn't look much better.
right.
The Warriors were struggling, bro. The games the Warriors won, they won by
Yeah.
like 1 point, 2 points, 3 points.
Mm, true
So I
that.
don't know. Like we can definitely debate this, but come on, man. Of course, if they had the KD, Kawhi probably would have lost. Who knows? But
Mm,
come on, man. Who would want to see that?
hell yeah. But he says Kawhi got carried by three Hall of Famers and Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker.
um, uh, if I'm not mistaken, Tony Parker was way out of his prime in 2014. Tim Duncan was, and Ginobili.
Yeah.
Without Kawhi, the Spurs would never win another ring again. They needed somebody to play defense, man.
Yeah. I keep telling people that because
The Spurs. Listen,
without,
it's a
yeah,
yes.
check this out.
Go ahead, P.
Without without Kawhi, LeBron would have went off for like 40 on them guys.
Yes, and the
Yeah.
thing was, think about it. But before they got Kawhi, they had George Hill.
Yeah.
Man, imagine if Kawhi would have got drafted in 2009 like Steph Curry. You know how many rings the Spurs would have? Yo,
Yeah.
because they had George Hill and Richard Jefferson, bro. Then they got
man,
Kawhi, and everything
man, don't get
changed.
me
They
started
made
with that.
listen. They
Yeah.
made two
Go ahead.
finals appearances with Kawhi. Two.
Yeah.
in a short period of time. Kawhi came in 11.
Yeah.
In 3 years, they went to the finals twice, bro, with
Hell
Kawhi.
yeah.
So who's the difference maker?
Yeah. Well, 2014, the difference maker was Kawhi. And you
Yeah.
notice LeBron got very passive when Kawhi Leonard was guarding him, and he started
Oh
missing
yeah.
shots. You know, his whole game changed when Kawhi was guarding him in 2014. A lot of his points that he got was when Kawhi wasn't guarding him, but the game was already out of reach by then. So,
Listen, and the
but
ref called them bullshit calls the first 2 games to get them into foul trouble. That was
right,
some bullshit. You know, man. And listen, in 2017, I had the Spurs beating the Warriors. See, look, the thing is, right? Think about it. Do you
yeah,
remember the 2014 finals?
yeah,
Do you remember the ball movement the Spurs was doing, the 3-point shooting?
yeah.
You seen that system?
That's Greg Pop for you, man.
Look. If it wasn't for the 2014 Spurs, there would be no fucking Warriors. After we seen that display in 2014, here comes the
Yeah,
Warriors with the same
yeah,
system, just
right.
shooting more threes with it.
Mm,
That's all,
that's
bro.
true.
That's
And
all.
he
And
said Zach also says if it wasn't for Tony Parker and Tim Duncan, they're not winning in 2014.
yes, that's true too. But them guys was out of their prime already, bro.
Yeah, but that's why I said, look, the Heat beat that same Spurs team last year, right? So you face the same team in
Barely at
2014.
that.
Yeah, you face the same team in 2014, so you should be still able to pull that off. Who was the difference maker? It was Kawhi Leonard, his defense on LeBron.
In his gross offensively.
Yeah, if Kawhi wasn't there, and LeBron was dropping 40, having his way with that Spurs team, they would have lost. Spurs would have lost.
Absolutely. And
So
13, they barely won, man. They won by a rebound. I mean, they lost by a rebound, bro.
yeah, a rebound and a shot.
Now, really, just a rebound. If they catch that rebound, game over. That's a mental man. That's a coaching mistake. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, yeah.
So we
Actually,
really
yeah,
gotta.
you're right. Because if Bosch don't get that rebound to tap the ball out, it's a wrap.
hmm
Yeah,
So we really gotta put things into full context. They barely got by, man. Then that next year showed it. They got punched.
yeah. Hell yeah.
The Spurs made history that finals
But yeah, man. Yo, thanks for calling in, man.
all the
Say
time.
that again.
I said all the time, P. All the time, bro.
Yo,
Yo, you get me?
yo, who?
Hello? Yo, I got you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear you, who? But
You can hear me now?
Zach is in the
You can hear me?
message spot, so you can holler at him over there. Um, word. Yo, so
Copy. Tell them to come in here and get this smoke, man.
yeah, you're starting to get What happened?
Tell them to come in here and get this smoke.
Oh, no doubt. You start word. You starting to get a little fuzzy. And I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi acting up, but
I,
Zach
I,
in the message section, so you can holler at him,
I
son.
got you. I got you, man. Peace out. Peace out, P. You already know.
Yeah, you hear me? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, Zach in the messaging. So I'm gonna take the chat off because I don't know. I'm having a hard time hearing. Uh, what's up? Mm. I can't. It's probably my Wi-Fi, bro, because it's another country. It's not like I'm in the States again. But we could go back to the. We could go. Yo, okay, I did heard that. Yo, Zach, you want to come in? I'll send you the link if you want to get some of that. All right, all right, that was Hoop Facts. Um, Zach, he invited you to come in, but I guess you guys could do it with the messages over here. Um, shout out to Hoop Facts, man. He comes due. He gives his opinion on basketball. You know, and that's that. You know, now we ain't capping for Kawhi, man. But I said a while ago that you remember I made videos on saying Kawhi was a better basketball player than LeBron James for most of the year, and I broke down their matchups. Kawhi had a winning record against LeBron James. He's also outplayed LeBron James several times. So that's what I was talking on, And I did gave Kawhi Leonard the business when he failed to close out a 3-1 lead. So, everybody gets the same treatment. I made a video on Kawhi Leonard and, I was tearing him a new one. you know, yeah, no doubt. So it's no bias thing going on, man. The facts were there. You know, I broke down every number of LeBron versus Kawhi Leonard, and the edge was for Kawhi Leonard. He was outplaying LeBron James a lot. I think Kawhi Leonard may be LeBron James' biggest test when it comes to one-on-one play. Yeah. I mean, hey, it is what it is, That's all I like doing, just talking about facts. Kawhi has outplayed LeBron James for most of the part. We didn't get the LA matchup, what I was looking for. I wanted Clippers versus Lakers. That's what I wanted. I just didn't get it. It is what it is, man. I think that's where probably me and Peter disagree a little bit. I think LeBron's better by a nose hair. But LeBron's ability to play an all-around game is a little bit different, you know. But Kobe is a better scorer, and when it comes to skill set, and a better defensive player, he's a more skillful player. That we all know, you know. LeBron's a more efficient scorer because he dives to the basket, and most of his points come from 0 to 3 feet away from the basket. Kobe's points came from a lot of creating his own shot. You know, uh, but it's definitely understandable for somebody to think Kobe's better. You know, I give LeBron the edge a little bit because of his all around play. You know, I don't know, man. One on one defensive. When it comes to one on one defense, I think Kobe's better than LeBron James. LeBron James probably a better team defensive player if you operate within the system. You know, but I can't go about disrespecting Kobe to a point where I'm pitting LeBron miles ahead of Kobe. It's very close. And I also said that's a better debate is Kobe versus LeBron because they played for a good amount of their years together. LeBron came into the league 03. Kobe was in his prime in 03. And those guys played together till 2016. So we have actual proof of Kobe and LeBron playing against each other. Well, LeBron never really shut down. He shut down Kawhi on one play. One play. I wouldn't say it's that whole game. LeBron was scared to guard Kawhi Leonard throughout the whole game. This is what I've been talking about. So the facts of that matter is he guarded Kawhi Leonard for one play. You should be getting that spoke with him. You guys play the same position. You should be getting that spoke with him all game long. You guys should be going at it. It should be like a Dominique Wilkins Jordan thing. Glock for Glock, shot for shot. That's what it should have been. Yeah, he guarded him in the final 30 seconds. Me and Peter Cash talked about that. Me and Hoop Facts talked about that. And he said if you go back, LeBron was holding Kawhi Leonard's hand. So some of you guys want to probably go and look at that. So yeah, Raw Facts, I had him on live. He was talking, he makes a lot of good points, and he's mentioning a lot of the same points that I mentioned when you talk about these matchups. It's just a simple fact. Kawhi Leonard has outplayed LeBron James a lot. Now, it is what it is. So, but as far for LeBron and Kobe, it's 100% understandable if you think Kobe's better. I give LeBron James the edge as an individual player because of the playmaking. That's really about it. But if I want a guy to go for the guts, though, I'm picking Kobe. I also say Kobe had a better legacy than LeBron James. Legacy means more respect, because a lot of other people tend to respect Kobe a lot more than they respect LeBron. But if somebody comes on and say they think Kobe better, I'm not gonna give serious pushback to that, because it's a simple fact that it's not that far off. It's not that far off. And I think this gap would have been closed in 2009 and 2010. Kobe would have beat LeBron James. Now, you could sit there and say LeBron would have beat Kobe in the later years, but he would have been playing with Dwayne Wade and them other dudes.
Yo, hello.
Yo, what's good?
Yo, P. I wanted to speak on that topic, right? See the thing about the LeBron and Kobe situation, right?
Yeah,
I think some
yeah,
fans don't respect Kobe because he only has two Finals MVPs.
right,
But I think even if you would put Michael Jordan
right.
with Shaq, even Mike would probably get one of those Final MVPs playing with
No,
a
okay,
dominant player like Shaq.
right.
Don't get me wrong, Kobe was probably better, but Shaq was so damn dominant, bro,
Yeah,
that it was easier to just throw him the ball down low
right,
and like not only so he like see people don't understand basketball, right? Shaq got more touches because
right.
either he was going to score or get a double team. So if you could give somebody the ball,
Yeah, his
that's an
matchups,
automatic. Yes, that's an automatic double team or triple
bucket.
team or yes or fucking bucket. Do that. Then don't get me wrong, Kobe
Yeah,
got all the skill set in the world, but I would do that too. Give the ball to Shaq. He's an automatic bucket and he's a double or triple team, and he can kick
okay.
it out and that would help the offense.
Yeah, and I did say this in one of my videos. Kobe had the more tougher matchups, but it was easier to just dump the ball to Shaq to bruise some center that had no business
Yeah.
guarding Shaq in the first place.
Listen, man, Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward of all time, and even he couldn't guard Shaq.
Yeah,
And Tim Duncan is my favorite big man, and he couldn't even fuck with Shaq, bro.
I hear that. All right, my man, Raw Status TV says LeBron outplayed Kobe every time they played. Um, I don't. LeBron hasn't really guarded Kobe much. But when he did guard Kobe, Kobe was giving him the business, even though their LeBron was clearly on a better team at the time, and Kobe was on his way out the door. But their one-on-one matchups, you could go from the All-Star game, and you could go to them guarding each other. Um, LeBron always had problems guarding Kobe Bryant. I think a lot of people would have problems guarding Kobe, but it's hard to even say that. I think LeBron had a better all-around game when they played their matchups, but individually, one-on-one, I'm not too sure now because I seen more videos of Kobe. When I break down these guys, I seen Kobe score on LeBron way more times than LeBron scored on him. So I I can't say LeBron completely outplayed him. From an all-around standpoint, yeah. But from a one-on-one standpoint, I think Kobe outplayed him. But what do you say to that?
You got a point, man. You got a point.
Yeah,
It's just that, man, Kobe game is different from LeBron. You know?
yeah.
Don't
Now,
give
do
me.
you remember their last meeting when LeBron decided to guard Kobe and Kobe was hitting all them shots on him, hitting threes and all this stuff on him? You know, so
I
that
mean,
shows you right there. That shows you right there. LeBron is not a great one-on-one defender. He's a great team defender. No, what I mean by that, within the team system, he could play good. He has good defensive moments, good defensive plays. Like the chase down block. But it takes
yo,
it takes a full team effort to do a chase
yo,
down block.
man. You know what, P? And I'm
What's up?
absolutely right because yo, you absolutely right because I remember in the finals when they
Yeah,
put when they fucking put LeBron on Tony Parker. Tony Parker cooked his ass.
yeah,
You remember
yeah.
that?
So
Remember the
yeah, I remember
yo,
that.
man. Yo, then this nigga Parker, he hit a game-winning shot from off the floor on LeBron.
Right,
He slipped and fell, got up, pump fake, and fucking hit the
right.
shot off the backboard on LeBron in the finals, right? Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Yeah, man. Look, LeBron should have been a way better defender than what he is
Yeah,
at
LeBron's
that
a great
size.
defensive player in a team system. So that's the difference. But one-on-one, Kobe's a better individual defensive player than LeBron. You know, so yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Huh? Hold on for a minute. But I'm coming. All right, man. Yo, look like I gotta go about. I gotta go ahead ahead in a minute. Oh, okay. All right. Give me 3 minutes. All right. All right. Hoop facts. We about to be up out of here a little bit.
All right.
But
You know.
raw status say we tripping. He says Harden, Murray, and Leonard, George this playoffs. LeBron shuts them down.
Huh?
I don't know, man. I don't. Can you remember LeBron shutting down like individual good talented players like superstars?
No, I see him get cooked by Paul George. Um,
Uh-huh.
he got cooked by a lot of players, man. Like a lot of players made a name off LeBron, man, for cooking
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
I ain't
That
see
that
a lot of
proves he's
players.
not.
I ain't see a lot of players make names off of Kobe. I seen them get famous for getting cooked. Look at
Yeah,
Ray J Bell and you know what I'm saying. They known for
yeah,
getting their
yeah,
ass bust. Bruce Bowen,
yeah.
you know,
Bruce,
right or wrong, they
remember
know for
Bruce
Kobe
Bowen,
busting their ass.
right? Remember Bruce Bowen's supposed to be not Bruce Bowen. Was it him? Or somebody? Remember
It was
Kobe Stopper?
oh that was J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith was a Kobe Stopper.
No, like he said he came. He said he was a Kobe stopper.
Oh,
Remember
okay.
that?
I thought that was a dude from the Spurs.
Oh yeah, that was Bruce Bowen too. Raja Bell,
Yeah,
Tony
yeah,
Allen,
yeah.
and mother.
I remember that.
They got a name for getting their ass bust.
Yeah. And my man Raw Status say Kobe lost to the Spurs too. I mean, hey,
Yeah,
the Spurs is
Spurs
one of the
was
greatest
what?
teams in NBA history. You know,
That's, they
so
got
yeah,
the
Spurs
best big three
one
of
of the
all
greatest teams.
time. The
Yeah.
best big three of all
Okay, let me
time,
ask you this:
man.
what's more impressive, LeBron beating the Spurs or Kobe beating the Spurs?
Kobe, the Spurs was in a prime.
Yeah. See, and
Spurs
you
was in a
didn't
prime.
have. Yeah, exactly. I give you that too. You know, but who's this dude over here? Let me see. All right. Raw Status says Paul George. He shit. He took a dump on Paul George for 10 years. I mean, those was against the Miami Heat, but nevertheless, you got to give LeBron credit for playing against Paul George in the Eastern Conference. But Paul George did have some moments he cooked. He did cook them. It's time. What?
Yep,
Okay.
Paul George made a name off the.
Yeah, he did because that's how he got famous playing against LeBron.
I mean, not also playing against him, busting his ass.
But
Yep, I mean he dunked on Birdman and all that.
hell yeah. But yo, since I got you guys here, I'm about to head up out of here. I got some business to take care of. I want to give a
All
shout out to
right.
Hoop Facts, shout out to Raw Status, shout out to Samurai Beast Warrior, shout out to Zach, shout out to Blue Bolt, shout out to everybody that joined, man. Appreciate you guys. And I'm gonna catch y'all guys on the next one. We're gonna do some live games sooner or later. So when I get back to the States, I have some more homies come through and they get on live too.
Yo,
All
man,
right,
I
I'm coming.
got you. I
All
got you,
right.
man. You can
But
hit.
for
I
now,
got you.
peace, guys.
You can hit me up on my
All right.
email too,
Have a
man.
good one, y'all. All right. Yeah, hit me up on the next one. Shoot me your email.
Say no more. I got you, man.
All right. Peace, brother.